In 1983, lead singer Pete Loran and guitarist Steve Brown formed the band known as Trixter. Soon afterwards, they joined forces with high energy drummer Mark Gus Scott and bassist PJ Farley. In September of '89, the band went on to Hollywood to release their self-titled album with such hits as Surrender, One in a Million, and Give It to Me Good. Soon afterwards, they toured the world with bands such as Stryper, Scorpions, Firehouse, and Warrants. They're finishing up their sound check here at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's go ahead on backstage and catch up with Trixter. All right, Metalheads, Brian Shank here back with you once again. We're at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona for one hell of a triple bill. Trixter, Rat, and Docket are going to tear this place down. It's in the round. It's in the middle. It's going to be a great show. I can guarantee it. We've got
I don't know whether to play bass or box.
Hey, you can do both, man.
I will. Maybe I will. Kick some butt.
We're here at PJ Farley, bass player from Trixter, one of the original members. Matter of fact, all four original guys. Tell me the difference now here in 2013 with the guys playing the same songs, some newer stuff from the new album and everything. How does it feel just getting back with everybody once again? Is there some rust there? Was there some bumps in the road? Or does it just feel like old times?
Well, there's always a little bit of rust because we don't rehearse. Pete lives here, and we're all back East Coast, and we never get to rehearse. So we just kind of get up there and cross our fingers. And, 9 times out of 10, we're not playing on our own gear. And a lot of times we don't even get a sound check. So it's always kind of just, high five and cross your fingers. And a lot of times it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. But, within the chemistry of the band, it's always great. It's always a no-brainer. But, getting up there, it's, you got to get a song or two before you get settled in. It's like, is everything working right? Can we hear everybody? All right, now let's go. Usually by the time we're done, we start to feel good.
Well, you got to, give it to me good, make it feel good. This is the Give It to Me Good tour, I think, still from 5 years ago. Or we can call it the Give It to Me Gooder tour. I know gooder's not a word, but
I guess Give It to Me Good tour since like 91, I'd say probably, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Thinking back, it's been, 20-something years, 25 years, I think, pretty close to that when you guys first got together and started jamming out. And I heard a rumor that you aren't the original bass player of Trixter, that actually another gentleman, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, he got kicked out because he was too tall. Is there any truth to that?
Absolutely. Come on. If short people can't ride rides unless they're this high, then tall people can't play bass and Trixter. No, it's it was a little bit of everything, but he was tall.
Yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah.
He was tall.
Right on. Yeah, I remember the days back in the the Trixter days of '89, '90, '91, and I remember you guys were some of the biggest head-banging, head-shaking guys. If you watch the videos,
all my hair out of my head.
I was just gonna say, is that why you don't have any? No, but you still look good. I mean, you're in good shape and everything. I know you're rocking the cap all the time and whatnot. But those days are so special because we come from a genre that the '80s kicked ass. Everything was in excess: hair, clothing, makeup, music. Yep. Do you miss those days as much as I do?
I do. It was fun. It was It was definitely a little bit more going on, but what are we gonna do? Not all good things should come to an end, I guess.
That's right. Well, we're about 2,400 miles away from New Jersey, but we're glad you're here in Arizona. And now some of the songs I know tonight you'll be playing some of the classics like Give It to Me Good, Surrender, One in a Million. I hope we're going to hear Rockin' Horse. I hope we're going to hear Road of a Thousand Dreams. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on here?
It might be short.
Yeah? How short?
I think we got about maybe 7 songs in there.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Are you going to concentrate on some of the stuff from your new album, New Audio Machine?
We're going to try to get a good balance of all 3 records.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you're married and have a daughter. Is that 2 daughters? Oh, see, I'm in the 2-daughter club, too.
Yeah, I just had one 7 weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations.
What's today?
Today's May 9th.
Yeah, almost 8 weeks ago.
Wow. Isn't it amazing how fast they grow, too? I mean, 8 weeks goes by like 8 seconds.
Yeah, yep. It's 20 months, my first.
Wow.
So that went like that.
Yeah.
And I have another one already.
Yeah.
So
now, you've toured with some of the great bands like Stryper and the Scorpions and Warrant and Firehouse, the Blood, Sweat, and Beers tour. I remember those shows quite well. I seen a few of them online. I almost saw you guys one time in 1990, but I couldn't go to the concert because I had to go out of town. I'll never forget, I think you were with Stryper at the time, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to go see that. But do you ever keep in touch with some of those guys from Warrant and Stryper and Scorpions?
Absolutely. We do it. Last summer, we did a 21st anniversary of Blood, Sweat, and Beers tour. So Warrant, Trixter, and Firehouse got back together, and we did probably a dozen dates last summer. We're doing some this summer. So yeah, I mean, we've always kept in touch with those guys. We play with them, a good handful amount of times a year. Same with all the other guys. We're all in the same genres. We're all doing the same, shows a lot. Yeah.
That's cool. Now, before we go, I just want to ask you, of course, Trixter's alive and well here in 2013. You're going to see it tonight at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. But what do we see also besides Trixter with you and your own bands and your own stuff? I've seen some stuff on video with you with some really awesome musicians. You want to talk a little bit about what else you're doing with some side projects?
Sure. I say yes to everything. I love to play with different people. You know, I love the challenge. I love, learning stuff last minute, just going in blind, or just getting a chance to play different styles of music. So I mean, for the last almost 10 years now, I've been in a kind of a hard active rock band called Ra, which we just did a new record back in September. So that's going to come out this year. Right. I played with a band called Hours, artist named Jimmy Neckel and his band Hours, which is more of a alternative kind of band, which is, one of the greatest singers. If you look him up, he's one of the greatest singers out there.
Better than Pete Loran?
Well, Pete might tell you that too.
Yeah, sure.
And who else? I played with whoever will call. Call my number. Number is 201.
Yeah. I won't give it away. Actually, you know what? Did you hear what he said? PJ Farley said he says yes to everything. Honey, if you're watching this, listen to what PJ has to say. If only she said yes all the time.
She knows.
Well, listen, man, it was good seeing you. I really appreciate you setting us up like this. It was great when I saw you guys around the bill. I said, man, I can't wait to meet you guys. Always been a fan of Trixter.
It's always good to have a good fan down here.
Yeah, you got a few of them out here, man. And there's some really cool people out here who just enjoy the old 80s music, and that's why I think tonight you're going to have a hell of a crowd.
Good, I hope so.
Yeah. PJ Farley here of Trixter, the bass player extraordinaire. Check out his solo work. Check out all his stuff going on because he's on fire. We're going to have a great time here tonight. Thanks for joining us again, PJ.
Especially in Phoenix, I'm on fire.
Yeah. Fire!
Walking down the street on fire.
I saw a guy using, no, I'm not going to go to that joke there. But anyway, so we're going to have a good time tonight. Don't go away. We're coming back with some more interviews right here at Brian Shank and PJ Farley from Trixter. Rock on. All right, we're back here once again backstage at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona. Like I said, a big triple bill tonight. Trixter, Rat, and we're talking about Dokken, baby. Rocking with Dokken. Right now we're rocking with Mark Scott, the drummer from Trixter, back in the band.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to fight bears tonight. We're going to take that stage. I'm going to take him and I'll beat the crap.
Hey, no, this isn't wrestling from Arizona. This is.
I'm at the wrong gig.
Yeah, okay. We can do both if you want. You want to tap my cameraman? That'd be a fun match.
I'll take 2 paychecks, but one ride home. It's all good.
Mark Scott, never at a loss for energy. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what. I was telling PJ a moment ago. It's so good to see you guys back together again. I know about 5 years ago you got back after a 13-year hiatus. Yep. Slammed on the Skins, brand new album, new audio machine. I love the song "Tattoos and Misery." Love everything about you guys' catalog. I'm glad you're here tonight because this is going to be one hell of a place to play. You told me earlier you didn't play here before, so this will be a treat for you guys.
That's correct. And I got to tell you, the configuration of being in the round. Yeah. This is killer. I've got no complaints at all. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
It's like Def Leppard from 1987.
Exactly that. Whenever something's in the round, they were the first one I saw, aside from Elvis. Yeah. When I saw Elvis doing the 68 comeback special, he was the guy that did in the round. I think I don't know if he did it first, but he's the first guy I saw ever do it.
Are you lonesome tonight? Are you lonesome tonight? Hey, we should go on the stage ourselves.
It would be the pre-opening act. Let's see if we can score another paycheck. I don't know. Forget about it.
I'd be happy to get a paycheck. What the hell are you talking about?
We'll hopefully not get a tomato in the face.
I've had a few of those myself, but we won't go
to other places.
Yeah, she was an old girlfriend, but anyway, no. But tonight's gonna be fun because I haven't seen you guys live ever, and I'm really looking for ever. I had a chance back in the day to see you at Striper. I couldn't go to see you guys. Yeah. Well, hey, who was that? Was that Steve or was that Pete?
That was Pete.
Pete. Okay, I saw the hair come around the corner there, but no. But I'm serious though. This is gonna be a great time because the rock fans out here in Phoenix and the whole Arizona state. I mean, some great fans out here. We saw Tesla play here about a year and a half ago.
Buddy, I will not baloney you.
Yeah.
We've been to Arizona many times. Mm-hmm. We played Compton Terrace twice. Wow. The last arena show we did on the Kiss Tour in '92 was at the Sun, American Sun.
Yes.
Bingo.
Yep, American Sun.
Awesome stuff.
Yes.
Arizona's had a very special place in our heart. I kid you not, Pete lives in Arizona.
Really?
So it's a special place for Trixter, absolutely.
I may have seen him at the 7-Eleven once in a while. Maybe I didn't even know it was him.
No, yes, he was working behind the counter.
Tattoos and misery. I heard a clerk singing that going, tattoos and misery. I guess sounds like the guy from Trixter, man. Sounds like Pete Loran.
That's his code word for bring more Coke to the fridge.
We're here with Gus Scott, the drummer from Trixter. We're having a great time. I was asking PJ earlier about some of the songs that are going to be on your list, and he says, well, it'll probably be a short list, which kind of bums me out. But you know what? I'm sure you can play all the great ones out there. Will you be
Only
playing?
the good ones.
Okay.
Only the good ones.
Well, that's on the
no,
best.
I'm not playing that one.
No, what about... What about, no, I know. I want to be surprised, so don't tell me what you're going to play. But, going back after this long hiatus and stuff, now being out consistently for the last 5 years, is there any kind of, rust or anything when you're playing? Do you ever sit there and go, how did I do that back in 1990? I mean,
Honestly, no. I'm going to say a good 19 out of 20 licks that I do or whatever, they're inside.
Good.
And I don't think, there's one or two in particular I remember when we first got back to rehearse, I said, how the hell did I do that one? So I watched the video, go, aha, and you get it back. But okay, you take a 13-year break, you forget a couple things. Oh, yeah. I remember the first rehearsal we had, we played Line of Fire, it was our first song back. Sure. Man, it was always a good slammer. We got to a certain part, and we're like, yeah, sounds great. And all of a sudden the guitar goes, and we go, wait a minute, that's not right. So we stopped, we had to get the CD, play and go, oh yeah, I'm not even kidding. Everything else is fine, but man, there was like a couple parts here, a couple parts there, go, what the hell did I do there? You really just don't remember.
Well, I think that's how Kiss Alive was made. They had to go back and listen to some of the stuff and redo it again. So, hey, you know what? It's rock and roll, right?
Exactly correct.
Nothing is perfect. It's rock and roll. So now you're here tonight. What does the future hold for Trixter? Do you know? Are you just kind of seeing what happens in this crazy world of rock and roll, or do you guys have plans into 2014 already, or what's happening?
I got to tell you what, something that's strange from the moment we put this whole thing back together, I guess 2007, 2008, when we put it together, we weren't quite sure where the hell we were going. it kind of just morphed into doing it. We had opportunities to put it back together, so we did it. Yeah. We had an opportunity to make records, so we did it. Awesome. So we're taking advantage of what opportunities come our way and making the most out of having a good, gotta have a good time.
Gotta have a good time.
That's number one, first and foremost. And if something good comes along, then hell, I guess we're gonna do it. And we can only wait and see, because honestly, I don't know what the hell's going on.
You still, well, that makes two of us.
That makes all of us.
I used to have a bumper sticker that said, I smile because I have no idea what's going on. And it's true.
Just smile as the camera go, have a nice day, folks. I don't know what the hell we're doing, but we're going that way.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see the show tonight, because I know every time that I've seen the videos of you and stuff on camera and whatnot and MTV, you guys always had such a high energy on that stage, and that's real.
All baloney aside, the reason why we got into doing this was not to be in magazines, not to make records. I mean, sure, you want to do those sorts of things, but the primary reason why we did it, we wanted to play live.
Right.
We wanted to play the Meadowlands Arena. That's where we saw our heroes play on stage, and we got to do that more than once. We got to play some of the biggest places in this country, and that's really what it's all about, the live performance. So when those lights go down, the crowd goes crazy, that's where we that's where we boil. That's where we really rock.
Do you have a favorite arena that you have in the back of your head that you can just, click? Obviously, that's my favorite place I ever played.
I think I speak for all of us when I say at home in New Jersey at the Meadowlands Arena. Now they call it the Izod Center. Back when we played, it was the Brendan Byrne Arena. It's the Meadowlands as far as anybody's concerned. It's northern New Jersey's place where all of the stars came through there. And when I was a kid, I saw my idols play that stage. I said, man, one day I'm going to play there. Awesome. And Steve said the same thing, and PJ said the same thing, and Pete said the same thing. We saw our idols there, so one day we're going to do that too. Yeah. And when we got the opportunity to do that, that's like, so when we play Jersey, it's always special. The Meadowlands, that's the place.
You went down the road of 1,000 dreams and you found yours.
God bless America, all kidding aside. Yeah, it was really a dream come true. Big dream come true.
Mark Gus Scott here, the drummer of Trixter, joining us here. We do appreciate your time putting on the shades.
My pleasure. Let me tell you something, okay? All my friends out there, you come on down. Frank is a very good friend, of course.
You know Frank.
I may love his wife. Don't tell Frank, though.
I won't tell Frank.
Hey, coming to Arizona is always a treat. Real a pleasure. And Trixter's going to kick your ass tonight.
That's right. And when you're as cool as Mark Gus Scott, the sun's always shining, baby.
Forget about it.
Hey, I'll do Elvis now. Give me one before you fade out here.
Or maybe. Dude, I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified.
You're gonna follow the chair, man. All right, we're gonna go back. We have some more guys coming out here. Trixter, you never know. Maybe Rat and Dockin may pop in. Who knows? But we're having a great time.
Rat and Dockin are gonna poppin'.
Poppin'?
Poppin' and Dockin.
Poppin' with Dockin, not rockin' with Dockin.
I'm gonna take Dockin and I'm poppin'.
I sat with Rat and I'm popping with Dockin. All right, Mark Scott, thank you so much, buddy.
My pleasure.
Hey, you're welcome. God bless, and like I said, we're coming back. Don't go away. Like we said, Trixter, Rat, and Dockin tonight, Celebrity Theater, having a blast back here. Steve Brown, the guitar player for Trixter, lead guitarist, backing vocal, and he is a backbone of this band, because without those great vocals from Pete Loran, of you going back, Road of 1,000 Dreams, you gotta have it.
I think it's better than I do, man.
Really? Road of 1,000 Dreams. Okay, anyway, we'll let you guys sing, because I don't think you want me to sing too. But it's good to see you, man.
Great to be here. Great to be back in the Phoenix area.
Yes. I told PJ and Mark here a minute ago that this is a city where where they appreciate rock and roll. They love metal. They love rock and roll. This
they
place
do.
will be going crazy. How many times have you played out here before?
Well, I think we've done Phoenix over the last 20 years, probably 7 or 8 times.
Cool.
We played. I think we did Phoenix the first time was on the Scorpions tour in
Yeah.
'91, and then with the Blood, Sweat, and Beers, Warren Trixter Firehouse that we did, and that was amazing. And then Kiss. We did on the Revenge tour, '92, and then many other times after that.
And that's when you guys came out with Here, your second album, and with Revenge, that was one of the best Kiss albums I ever heard. So that was some hell of great music coming out when you guys took the stage.
Tour, man. That was I think that was one of Kiss's best non-makeup tours.
yeah.
And we had a blast with those guys. It was a lot of fun.
Now, you're out there right now, of course, playing with Trixter, and now you've had some side projects and everything, and I know that you're happy to be back with the guys because when you look back at the videos on MTV and just go and do a little YouTube search, the friendship that you guys shared before you made it big and everything, it was real. You all graduated.
I mean, we
different
grew up
times.
together. We're this is much different than our regular rock and roll band. I mean, we're brothers. We're family. I mean, I've known Mark and Gus and Pete for 30 years. I've known PJ for pretty much the same. We were little kids. I started the band. I was 12 years old.
How much of the songs back in the day did you and yourself, or I should say you and Pete, write? Weren't you guys kind of like the two main guys who wrote?
I wrote most of the songs. Pete helped out on some of them. And, when we did our first record, we had some co-writers and stuff like that. Our producer helped out, and I was always open to that. I love writing with other people, and I still do it to this day. But, I'm the primary spark. Give It To Me Good, our biggest hit was a song I wrote by myself in 10 minutes.
Yeah, is that
Go
right?
figure.
Right on. Now, one of my favorite songs on the Here album is Rocking Horse. It's a great tune. It's like 6 minutes of
my
just
favorites
in your
as well.
face. Who wrote that one?
I did. Me and PJ, yeah.
Right on.
I wrote most of it. PJ came up with some of the riffs, and we put it together as a band. And yeah, killer rock and roll song.
Do you still do you have an actual song that you prefer playing more than others when you're out there?
Well, for me, I personally like playing, the high energy stuff. The real rockin' stuff, Rockin' Horse, and really right now I'm most jazzed about playing the stuff off the new record.
Yeah.
We're doing Drag Me Down, we're doing Machine and Tattoos of Misery, all songs off our brand new CD, New Audio Machine.
Go find it. It's an awesome cover too. It's just real simple. It's this Trixter with some little blue and some gray in
It's
there.
very, very classy, very classy. We've come a long way since the comic book cover.
Yeah. Now, do you miss the hair? Because I remember all you guys used to in the videos, man. You were shaking your hair everywhere all the time. You looked like freaking Motorhead out there.
Yeah, well, it's a different day and age, But I always say we still are a hair band. The only difference is instead of our hair going down, it goes up. So if, you see me and Pete, so yeah, technically we're still a hair band. We still have hair, most of us.
Well, and as we get older, some of the hair goes in other places that we don't want anymore. Like I had to pick some out of my ear today. It was weird.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think my nose.
You didn't get all of it though, but it's all right. No, but playing the guitar, I mean, you're one of the guys who I think you guys came around in like 1990. We made it big 91, and unfortunately 92, 93, we saw the wave of grunge, and we saw Nirvana, and we saw Nine Inch Nails, and we saw these bands that kind of at least took away from a lot that I grew up loving. Bands like the Scorpions, like Stryper, like you mentioned, Warrant, Firehouse, even Judas Priest, and going back in the day, Def Leppard. And I really wish that you guys had a couple years back in the 80s to really make a bigger name. Do you feel that way too?
Totally. But, unfortunately, it was just, we caught the tail end of the wave. And, yeah, things would have been, I think, a lot different if our first record came out in 1988.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can't complain. We lived the dream, and it's a cliche that I always say, and when I do interviews, I say it all the time. Every dream I ever had came true 1,000 times. So you can't beat that.
You went down the road of 1,000 dreams then.
I did. I'm
Love
always
that, too.
driving down the road of 1,000 dreams.
That's actually one of my favorite Trixter songs because I love the message behind it. Basically saying that, hey, you know what? Some people live the life of luxury, and some don't, and some have to keep going on. And at the end of the day, we all see the light, and we all have to walk down that road of 1,000 dreams. At least that's what I think the message is.
Yeah, of course. It's we usually our message, Trixter, is let's have a good time, let's live life. There's a song on the new record called "Live for Today,"
Yes.
which is like another level of Road of 1,000 Dreams, and like Only Young Ones off the first record. All positive, man. Do something with your life, enjoy it, and that's our message. We're only here for a short time, so let's have a good time.
That's right. And I remember too, Give It To Me Good. I remember when that came out, and I saw the video. I was like, man, these guys got it all. They got the big hair, they got the chicks. You were back playing the football and sliding down the water slides in the back, going to the diner and eating and stuff. Who were those girls? They real girlfriends of yours back in the day?
Yeah, they were. Yeah. So everything we try to do. The one thing we always tried to do with Trixter was just be real.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, what resonated with people. We didn't try to make, especially with our first record, it's really raw. We could have went, personally, I wanted it to be more sounding like a Def Leppard record, more produced, but our record company, they were like, no, man, we want you guys to, that video, Give It To Me Good, playing in the garage. That's what we want it to sound like. And it worked. It resonated because we had a different sound than everybody else, And
if you guys know of Trixter from Give It To Me Good and Surrender and all that stuff, I mean, those are, One in a Million. They're great songs, but really, in my opinion, I think their second album came out in October of '92, I believe. Yes. That album kicks major ass. Rockin' Horse, I mean, they've got some great tunes on there.
Good, the whole record. And we worked with Jimbo Barton on that, who produced Queensryche, and Rush, so that was amazing. That was just a great time for us because we had come off the first record that almost sold 1 million records, and we were rock stars. We were living the life, man. We were recording at the best studios. We had, we were living in LA. We had rental. We each had rental Mustangs. Hanging out at the Rainbow with Lemmy every night. So it was, man, we lived it.
I heard if you buy Lemmy a drink, he'll talk to you. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, well, he's, Lemmy's been a real, friend of ours for a long time. And we see him. I saw him, last January at NAMM and stuff. So
awesome. Now going into here, like I said, we're in the middle of 2013, and we're going to be looking ahead. Will we be seeing maybe even another album down the road from Trixter and maybe continue touring into the next, million?
We're always playing, as much as we can, and as much as the offers come in. We do anywhere from 20 to 30 shows a year, and it's great, man. When we all have other things that we do, and it's really what's special about it is when we get together. The cool thing is we still have the same dumb sense of humor, the same jokes that we've been telling for 30 years, and we're brothers, man. It's family, and we have a lot of friends here tonight. People from New York and New Jersey that moved out here, so it's always a good time, and we love what we do, and you can't get much better than that.
And you love what you do, and you do it well, and I can't wait to see you tonight with Dokken and Rat right here at the Celebrity Theater. It's going to be an awesome show. Listen, continue good health to you guys. Good luck, of course. We appreciate you letting us come back here and talk with you. And a little message for all the fans out there: tell them to keep buying the records, tell them to keep coming out to the shows. This is what it's all about: rock and roll Trixter style.
Support music. That's what I buy. Buy CDs, buy the digital downloads, buy the T-shirts. It's the only way we survive. So support it and buy the tickets. Come out and see us live.
All right, Steve Brown, guitar player for Trixter, gonna rock and roll tonight. Again, thank you so much for your time, buddy. We're coming right back. Don't go away. Like I said, we're rocking with Trixter right now. We just had PJ, we had Mark, and we had Steve. The vocal talent behind the whole band right here, Mr. Pete Loran. It's good to see you. How you doing, man?
Good, man. You?
Excellent, excellent. We're both Arizonaites here, and you're back in your home field in the backyard here in Phoenix, Arizona Celebrity Theater. This is a hell of a place to play. I don't think that you've ever played here.
Never. Not only never played here, I've never been here. And obviously, I know about the place, but I've never been here. It's amazing. Yeah. It's a beautiful venue. Historic venue. Mm-hmm. Lots of great talent comes through here, so I'm excited.
It's going to be a great time because anytime that you see a band playing here, it's like a real local and close personal feel. Get right in there with the fans.
That's great. Shows like that, for me as a fan, I love because when I go see bands, if you go see them in an arena or a stadium setting, it's kind of something gets lost in the translation there. I just recently saw that band Vintage Trouble in Vegas. They were opening up for the Who at the Joint, but on a night off, they played this place called Vinyl inside, and it's a little intimate place, and that was slamming.
Wow. If you ever get a chance, you should play the Talking Stick Resort out there off the 101 because that's about 600 people. A buddy of mine flew out from Louisiana. He had tickets for Asia. And I'm like, well, I'm not really a big Asia fan, but let's go check it out. Really cool setting. Those smaller clubs are kind of more intimate. You can be yourself, I think, more and more with the fans, right?
I agree 100%. Yeah.
Cool. Now, the new album, New Audio Machine, hell of a great sound. There's a lot of great inspirations in that album, I think. There's some different sounds we had on here in your debut album. I like how it's brought it to the next level, but it's still Trixter in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think we had, developed, grown, matured. We said that about the second record too, but this is a long time. That was a long time ago. For me, I don't know. I feel like for Trixter stuff, it's my best work. So
I agree. And I think I remember reading an interview or seeing an interview where you had broken your leg from a BMX accident, and you said that it was your best show you ever sang because you just stood there and concentrated on your vocals.
yes, and the little pills they gave me didn't hurt either. Yeah, motorcycle crash actually.
You're a big BMX guy. Or I'm sorry, motorcycle. Yeah, but you're a big motorcycle guy, motocross. You still do that from time to time, or?
Ever since the kiddos came along, I got rid of the bikes. But I was doing it up till then. So yeah, a lot of fun.
How many kids do you have?
I got 2 kids, 2 boys.
Oh, I got 2 daughters, just like PJ does. So it's that little rebellion there. How old are yours?
Mine are 10 and 5.
I got 16 and 13, so I'm a little ahead of you there.
Enjoy.
It's crazy, man, let me tell you. But this is great because this is what it's all about, rock and roll. And I'm a fan of the 80s. I'm 42 years of age. I remember the times when I turned on MTV and they had music. Wow, imagine that. Headbangers Ball. Dial MTV, which you guys had 5 weeks in a row, I think. We Give It To Me Good or Surrender. I can't remember which one.
Or 1 in a Million. I don't know. Yeah.
Those days are long gone. I don't even think that MTV is even around. I don't know if it is or not, but it ain't the same, man. I miss that.
Yeah, there was something about that time. I guess looking back, we should have realized it probably wouldn't last forever. Now it's all reality shows, I think, so I don't watch it.
Yeah. Pete Laurent from Trixter here, the lead vocalist, and sounding great on the new album. I was asking Steve earlier, too, could we see something else in the future, another album from you guys? I know this is a fresh one from just 2012, but are there plans for you guys to keep moving on and keep, exploring your talents?
What did he say?
He said yes, and PJ always said he can always say yes to everything.
Okay, I agree. 3 thumbs up.
We didn't get Gus's opinion, but that's all right.
About what? Restaurants? Come on.
I didn't know if he still owns that one up there in New York.
No, he doesn't.
No, okay. That was about 5 years ago he was talking about it. But, the other thing I was talking about, too, is that when we talk about Trixter and Warrant and, Skid Row and all that, and Firehouse, for that matter, the hair was the thing. You had some of the longest hair I ever saw, man. And did you ever miss just shaking that stuff around? Because I used to have a pretty good mullet back in the day, too. And I kind of miss that once in a while, man.
I don't miss it, actually.
No?
I was done. I got to a point where I was just so done with it.
Yeah.
I'm fine without it.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah, it gets a little hot up there too, but I know that the energy level is still there. When you guys play, that's what it's all about. It ain't about hair, what clothes you wear, or the different shoes that you have on. It's about the rock and roll, and that's the thing that I think a lot of people still remember about you. It is about the rock. Here was my favorite album from you guys. I mean, Rockin' Horse and Road of a Thousand Dreams, and there's so much good music in your catalog. And I believe PJ said you're only going to play a selected amount because of time restraints and whatever. Do you wish you could go out there and just play a 2-hour set and just get it all out and just kick ass like the old days?
God, I wish I could agree with you there, but no.
No.
I like the shorter sets because you can kind of put the pedal all the way down, as opposed to trying to take breaks and get your breaths in there and breathe and For me, I like the shorter sets, honestly, but that's just me.
Now, around '95, Trixter kind of dissolved and broke away. I know a lot had to do with different kinds of music out in the industry that were taking over, like Nirvana and all these other bands and whatnot, and Soundgarden and stuff. But was there any other reason why you guys decided to call it quits and move on with your own things, or was it just a matter of, hey, we've been together for this long, we've been traveling and touring, it's time for a break? I mean, I think all bands do that.
Yeah, I think we were at that point, and then what was going on in the music business just kind of, just made it that much more obvious of a decision.
Yeah. Glad to be back, though, aren't you?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Now, who between all 4 of you, who were you closest with in terms of just being able to tell something to tell something to them about anything? I mean, do you have one or the other that's more closer to you?
And I mean, not really. We're all pretty close. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, because PJ told me he's closer to Gus. I didn't know if
Did
that
he
was.
say that?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to stir up some shit here. That's all.
No.
But I'm looking forward to the show tonight. I mean, 3 of my favorite bands back in the day, and still today. Like I said, there's all new music from all you guys. Rat just had Infestation out, Broken Bones by Dokken, and New Audio Machine by you guys. So I'm really looking forward to the show. What do you want to tell the Trixter fans out there who can see you right now, May of 2013, right here on KQCK Radio?
I would say look for Trixter coming to a town near you in summer of 2013. Possibly some new music.
Right.
I don't know, but we'll see.
All right, cool. Pete Laurent, lead singer from Trixter. It was great seeing you, buddy. Take care of yourself. God bless. Keep that voice going. Hope you don't have any vocal problems in the future. I wish you all the best of health.